A sudden change has come to the quiet city of the new era. One morning, all the residents woke up without any feeling of fear. The emotion that used to guard their lives disappeared, as if an invisible current had carried it away. At first, no one understood what had happened, but as people began to realize their new state, the city plunged into anxiety. The mayor of the city, Elizabeth White, has called an urgent meeting of the city council. There was a panic at the meeting. People told terrible stories about how they fearlessly committed acts that previously seemed impossible because of fear. An open window on the 20th floor seems to be a desirable viewing point, and the desire to cross the street without checking the traffic light does not cause any alarm. Among the inhabitants of the new era, sales of things that were once valuable began. Why do you need a lock on the door? If there is no fear for your safety, why buy insurance if there is no fear of illness or misfortune? But it soon became clear that without fear, society loses the balance that supported its existence. However, there were also those among the people who saw an opportunity in the new state. Some began to take bold actions in the hope of success. Others began to look for ways to manage the new reality. One of these enterprising citizens was a scientist named Daniel Harris. Daniel has been studying the mechanisms of fear in the human brain for a long time. Using his knowledge, he began to develop a serum capable of restoring the lost feeling of fear. His experiments were dangerous, but fascinating. He tested the serum on himself and on volunteers, trying to find the optimal dosage and effectiveness. One day, something unexpected happened in Daniel's lab. He accidentally poured too much serum into a test tube, and the droplets on his skin evaporated. Instantly, he felt a sudden shock. Fear shot through his being. He fell to his knees, cowering from an unknown fear that had been forgotten so long ago. Meanwhile, irreversible changes were taking place inside his body. The effect of the serum was not as simple as he had expected. After painful experiences, Daniel came to understand that fear is necessary for life. Without it, the world loses its footing, and people become vulnerable to any dangers. He decided to share this discovery with others, trying to bring balance back to a new era. With the release of the news about the serum, the discussion of fear among the residents of the city resumed. Some rejected the idea of returning to feeling, believing that the new freedom had brought them a lot of benefits, while others were looking forward to the opportunity to return to their usual state. Meanwhile, strange events began to happen in the city. People devoid of fear got into dangerous situations without realizing their seriousness. Accidents on the roads became more frequent, crime cases increased, and the registration of injuries and deaths increased. Daniel saw that the return of fear is not just a return to the old order of things, it is a return to humanity, to caring and attention to others. He decided to conduct a massive campaign to introduce the serum into society, offering every resident a choice between safe but dangerous freedom and a scary but manageable reality. The new era faced a challenge that it could not ignore. Leaving their fears, the residents of the city had to choose a path that would lead to the future. Their decisions determined not only themselves, but also the future of the whole world. This is how the history of the New Era city ended, where the loss of fear led to the discovery of the value of this feeling in human life.